that you have to be the right person. When I counsel or when I do clarity sessions with single people, one of the first things I tell them is to bring out a sheet of paper. And I encourage them to do lists. I encourage lists. I'll say, right on top of that list, my future partner or my future spouse. And I want you to write a long list of what you want that person to be. I want him to be this. I want him to have this amount of money. I want him to have this kind of job. I want him to be kind. I want him to be tall. I want him to be handsome. I want him to write everything you want. When you are done with that list and you are satisfied, then I want you to cancel whatever you wrote on top of that list and write your name there. Then ask yourself, am I all these things? Then the second question you ask yourself is, the person who is all these things, will that person like me? Because it's one thing for you to dream about the kind of man you want, but the man you are dreaming about, is he dreaming about you too? Or the woman that you want, a woman that is 6 feet. In fact, the one that makes me laugh the most. You who has slept with everything in the world want to marry a virgin. That's the latest fight I have with Christian men. You think that when the Bible says you should not have premarital sex, it's only the women they were talking to. For some reason, we have interpreted that to mean women should be virgins and men should just go sow their wild oats, and when they are ready, they should come and pick a virgin. And men that have slept with everything will be fighting me and saying, Pastor, my wife must be a virgin. I say, hey, then you have deserving other people's wives. And what you sowed, you don't want to repeat. So the first level is to be the right person. Because you are wishing for, all of us wish for good jobs. All of us wish to be paid well. But the company you are wishing for, are they wishing for you too? I want to be employed by this company. You, can they employ you? Do they want you to? So the first thing is to be the right person. The second thing, like Pastor K established yesterday, is to pick the right person. No matter how good you are, and I keep saying this, marriage is too heavy for one person to carry. No matter how amazing. That's what happened to that man. I tried to study the word with her. I tried to do this. You pick a dog. I want the dog to roar like a lion. A dog can only bark. So when you are single, you have two options. You can either pick a prayer partner or a prayer point. You get to decide whether the person you want to spend the rest of your life will be a prayer partner, one that you can agree with, or one that you have to consistently pray about. But you see, whatever you accept, do not complain about it in marriage. Because I hear people complain a lot in marriage. And when I ask, was this person not like this? They say, oh yes, I saw the signs. So what did you think will happen when you get married to this person? If the person has been giving you affectionate taps on your face, aka slaps, why do you think that they will not be? That's what they call it. He didn't slap me, it was an affectionate tap. Okay. So if he has been, or they'll tell me that, oh, Pastor M, no, I'm the one that caused him to lose his temper. My question is, must he find it on you? I agree that he lost his temper. So I hear all kinds of funny things, single people, and they assume that a man who is cheating on you when you are dating him, that when you get married, you wave some magic wand, or a girl that's sleeping with everything, that you suddenly wave a magic wand and she will change. And then when she doesn't change, you are complaining. Are you joking? As they say, is this playing? What exactly do you think is going to happen? Marriage doesn't change people. It amplifies what is already there. So a lizard doesn't suddenly become a crocodile in marriage. A lizard in marriage becomes a married lizard. So if you know that you want a lion or you want a man that roars, you marry a lion. Don't try to change anyone. So if your marriage is going to work, before we even talk about it lasting long, you have to be the right person. You have to pick the right person. Then you have to do the right things. Because it's one thing to be the right person, to marry the right person, then do the wrong things and destroy the marriage. So you don't even know what that person's love language is. You don't, what marriage really is two of you learning about each other for the rest of your life. when Pastor K and when I was having my son, yes, I was having my son, and Pastor K came. I had my son in Houston. He's the one I had in Houston. So Pastor K came to drop us off because I was going to be here for a few months, and he, of course, he had to go back to work in Nigeria, and he'll be traveling and come to see us, that kind of thing. So before he left, he wanted to make it comfortable for me. So everybody knows here in America, you have to have a car. Yes, you're going to. In fact, then Uber wasn't even a thing really at that time. So you had to have a car, or you have to be calling someone to come and pick you and things like that. So Pastor K came to drop me. And then instead of spending time, because he had like a week to settle us into the apartment and everything, instead of him to stay with me, he'll wake up in the morning, go out. He'll come back in the evening. Well, so the day before he was leaving, he went out early in the morning, came back with a car, brand new SUV, parked it. I was like, Honey, come. So I followed him with my big tummy. What's happened? I was breathing. He said, Honey, come and see, I just bought you a car. I said, okay. I went back inside. He stood there. He was confused. The way a lot of men are looking at me too confused right now. Like they bought you a brand new 2015 car in 2015. And you said, okay, and went back inside. And so Pastor K was like, so my daughters, the two of them were like, Mommy, drive. Pastor K said, you won't even drive it. I said, oh, okay. I went back, opened the car, entered. I said, children, seat belt. I drove around the estate we were staying, came back, parked. Went back inside the house. He said, wait, I don't understand what's going on. I said, you're supposed to be going tomorrow. You didn't spend time with me. You bought a car. Honestly, my husband thought I was mad. And I forgive all you other men in the room who also think I was mad. But you see, he was speaking a language I wasn't understanding. My husband's love language is acts of service. What does he need you to be with him for if you are not solving his problem? Okay, so you are with me and I go back tomorrow, then you start looking forward to drive you around to the hospital. So he said, no. I said, no, I wanted you, no car. And so he understood. So you see, someone else would have felt, what do you mean by that? That would have caused a quarrel. That was a good learning moment for both of us. That this man, he wants to solve your problem. That's how he says, I love you. Because most times, what your love language is what you want to give to the other person. So if you're an acts of service kind of person, you feel loved when people are helping you. You want to help or solve problems. But I'm not. I don't need anyone to solve my problems. I want someone to be with me because I'm an introvert. I don't have many people and I don't know how to make friends. So I like the people that are my people to be with me. And they're going to buy a car. What's my business? So we had to... So understanding each other's love language and speaking it is a major part of doing the right thing. So a lot of times I find people saying, I've done everything, but my wife is, in fact, I'm frustrated. I'm like, you haven't done everything. You may have done a lot of things, but you haven't done the right thing. You haven't done what they understand as love. So the first thing is for you to be the right person. Second thing is to pick the right person. And the third thing is to do the right thing. That will ensure that your marriage works. Now, for your marriage to last long is a totally different ballgame. Okay? So I'm going to give you a few things. I hope time will permit. But the first thing, you need to shut all windows and all doors in your marriage. Every time we do counseling, first session, this is what I say to the couple. If you are in a room and there are no windows and there are no doors and fire breaks out in that room, what will you do? What will you do? Anybody? You have to put the fire out. But if there are windows and there are doors, what do? Everybody will find their way out. So what happens in marriage is that when you walk into marriage, if you leave the windows and doors open, you will use it. You have to seal every window.